Nashville and Scrapperville, where the Bobcats travel tonight to play the #2 team in AA in a big grudge match in Southwest Arkansas. We've got the Hope Booster Club President Rod Cole with me, and also Vice President Andy High, and y'all have done a great job, guys, getting the Booster Club to follow the guys in No Doubt Warren. We had a tailgate party, a big crowd, and got a great crowd out here tonight. Rod, a lot of input from a lot of fans that support the Bobcats.
Sure is. It's a lot of fun. We're really enjoying it.
Well, I know y'all do a lot of things during the year, and particularly now, we've got on Tuesday nights, coming up this Tuesday night, we've got a Booster Club meeting at Western Sizzling at 6:30, and have a meal there where you can go, and you don't have to eat a meal. You can just go and listen to the program. This week, you've got the KXAR team of George Wright and Bill Hoagland, the play-by-play announcers that are going to be here bringing the program, giving their perspective of Bobcat football. And how has that been going? How has your meetings been going this year?
It's going real well. We'd like to have as many people as we could come out. It's a real good deal for $6.50 to come and eat, all you can eat, see a real good program, and get a lot of spirit. We need a lot of school spirit, and this is helping. We've got a great crowd out here tonight. It's wonderful.
Well, it is, and this is early, folks. This is a long time before game time. We got a lot of Bobcat supporters out here ready for a big game. Andy, I know you've got an opinion about tonight's game, and how do you think the Cats are going to do?
Well, I'm just real curious to see if they hold up the defense like they did last week. I was real impressed with the Bobcat defense last week. Offense came along, they sputtered at times, then they come back and they did good. And I think as a whole, everything went real well, and I think they're off to a good start. If they come out of tonight with a win, I think Katie barred the door. We're off to the horse races, and I believe this Bobcat team, if everybody would come out and support it, really get behind it like all these people have here tonight. I know here on television you're not getting a full scope of all the people. Yeah. They're behind the cameraman and everybody, but it's just been a wonderful crowd, and if we get this many plus if we can double in size our next game out, we're going to try to do this every away game, and if we get the support behind the Cats, hey, these kids can go, and we got several good years, I think, ahead of us.
Well, I know an organization like this doesn't take just two guys. There's a lot of people who work hard during the season.
Right.
I know a lot of organization goes into this, even during the off season, getting ready for this, and y'all have really started out great this year for Bobcat support. I know those kids, the Bobcats walking on to get their pregame warm-up, really appreciate seeing a lot of Bobcats red and white out here tonight.
Yeah, sure do. And, you know, Randy, we've had a lot of community support this year. It's really seems like a real renewed interest this year, and it's just really great. When we got a lot of people in the Booster Club that work real hard all year long, and we certainly appreciate those.
Randy, we'd also like to renew a little bit on that. Invite everybody to come out. We have a meeting every Tuesday night, and it's every second and fourth Tuesday at the Western Sizzling where we do have a program. And by the way, the KTSS team of Randy and Bubba was there last week, and it was an excellent program, and I believe George and Bill will follow up with just a good one, as good ones they had. And if they'll come to those, that'll be great. Then we have one at the farmhouse. At the farmhouse, Citizens Farmhouse, on the first and third Tuesday at 6:30. So everybody, the public's welcome. Come help us out. The Bobcats don't think this is just football. We support all the sports, and we want everybody to understand that it's every sport from junior high through the 8th grade through the 12th grade at Hope. So come out and support us.
Well, you know, and you get a better perspective of Bobcat sports, of Bobcat, the students on campus, if you come out and look over and hear the things that, like for this week, Bill and George will be talking about. And it's just, you learn a lot about the kids, and you get to know the kids. And there's a lot of good young men that play football for the Hope Bobcats. Rod, one final word. What's the prediction tonight?
Hope by 2 touchdowns.
All right, you heard it there. Bobcats win by 2 touchdowns. Well, let's bring Bill Hoagland in, the voice of the Bobcats and KXAR 1490. And Bill, you've been doing Bobcat football for a number of years. How many years?
9 years now, I guess.
9 years, and you do the live broadcast, the only live broadcast done of Bobcat football, and you and George Wright team up for it, doing an excellent job of bringing play-by-play for the Cats. Bill, so far this year, Cats 1-1 on the season. Kind of give me your ideas of how you think the season's gone.
Well, I think they made a lot of progress between their first and second ball game, and I think that's key for them all year long. And I think the first ball game at Warren, they had a little trouble adjusting maybe to the new defensive scheme. I think that's where they made the majority of progress between the first and second ball game, that they really came together as a team and started playing a team defense. We don't have that outstanding, player on defense that's going to get all the write-ups and everything. We have a lot of guys who can play ball over there, and I think part of them being a good football team is learning through these first few games that if they do play as a team in this new scheme that Coach Curry has and that Coach Kell wanted to go to help stop the run in the conference, that they'll be a better football team for it, and that's why they went to the 5-2 or the 50 front, was to help stop the run, and I think that's going to be a big benefit down the road.
Well, tonight Nashville, of course, has that vaunted passing attack, also a great running attack. Bobcats showed that they can stop the pass last week with 5 interceptions.
Yeah, and really should have had a couple of more. Yeah. Blake Young, though, is an excellent quarterback. Bill Laird's an excellent coach. They have a great passing scheme up here and have, with McBride, built a tradition in passing here. And that'll be a great test, because I think one of the strengths of our football team is our secondary. And if they're going to play to our strength, we need to step up and show them that we can take that away from them. And I'm hoping that's what happens tonight. And if it does, it'll be a long night for Nashville.
Yeah, and if the Bobcats can hold on, like you say, and can get out of here at Nashville, ending that 17-game winning streak that Scrappers have. Of course, they're the defending state champions.
I talked to Coach Kell. One of the biggest streaks in Arkansas was stopped by a Hope Bobcat team in about 1988. Dalloway had a pretty good streak going.
That's right.
And they put a stop to that one. So it wouldn't be the first time the Bobcats have put an end to a good streak, and this would be a good night to do one more.
And I'm sure the kids have heard about that, and they know about that winning streak.
Coach Kell wasn't here then, so I wanted to make sure he knew before he came tonight that had happened. And the Bobcats do have a great tradition in football, and I think that some of the interest in the high school has been rekindled with a more positive attitude at all of the schools in the system. And I think that all of it plays together for us to make a better community. And so because of football, because of a new administration at the high school, a renewed interest in our public schools, I think all these things play together to make Hope a better place.
It sure is. It all brings it together. Well, Bill, I know everybody will be anxious to listen to the play-by-play on 1490 KSAR all during the year for every Bobcat game, and then watch a replay on KTSS. Defending AA state champions who are 2-0 on the season after a big victory come-from-behind victory over Ashdown. Bub, what kind of game does this shape up to be?
Well, it's going to be a real tough game, Randy. This is a quality football program that the Scrappers have going right now. As you mentioned, state champions last year. They haven't lost a game in 17 tries. They're on a 17-game winning streak, which I think is the longest in Arkansas. They have a lot of support. They have a good nucleus of players coming back. Of course, there's no McBride or Washington on this football team, but there are some quality football players, especially the running back position, Weatherspoon and a sophomore named McFadden. They have a great offensive lineman named Tony Fincher that is being recruited by major colleges. So there's still quality. The cupboard's not bare here in Coach Billy Laird's Scrapper football program. What the Bobcats will have to do is just basically play without mistakes. What we've seen in the first 2 Bobcat games, they went to Warren, which has a very good football team. They were not able to overcome their mistakes and beat a very good football team. Against Prescott, they had a few too many mistakes, but actually they had Prescott outmanned. They were able to overcome the Curly Wolves last Friday night at Hammond Stadium. Nashville is a very good football team. They're sound offensively and defensively. I expect them to have a good kicking game. When you put all 3 of those together, you have an opportunity to have a good football team. What the Bobcats will have to do is to keep from giving Nashville any cheap field position or cheap scores, and do a much better job of keeping penalties out of the football game. And if they do that, they have an excellent opportunity, because I think they are talented enough, and I think they match up very well with this Nashville team. But if they can keep the mental mistakes down, the Bobcats can win this football game, and I expect them to win the football game.
Well, last week, Bobcats up 28-7 at Hammond Stadium with Prescott. and started making those mistakes that just what you mentioned really got Prescott back in the ball game.
Well, it's a good learning experience, but it's only a good learning experience if they learn from it. So what they've got to do tonight is to know that they can't give anything to this Nashville Scrapper team, because Nashville will certainly take advantage of it. I know that the Bobcats would like to come out and establish a running game, because always that opens up a very good passing attack that the Bobcats have, of course, with their receivers. But they have to establish a running game, and Steve Edwards is an important part of this offense to get that running game going.
Let's talk a little bit about Nashville's game offensively. Last year, they really punished you with the passing attack of McBride to several outstanding receivers. This year, they're a more balanced team. They've got, as you mentioned, the sophomore Michael McFadden, the junior Robert Witherspoon in the running backs, and then Blake Young's done an outstanding job at quarterback.
Well, a Jared McBride only comes along once every great while to any football program, and they were fortunate enough to have an outstanding receiver in Greg Washington also. But what that 15-0 season did last year for Nashville, it developed a winning attitude and a certain amount of pride, and that's evident as we drive into the stadium here and see the wonderful fan support that the Nashville folks give this football team. But the Bobcats are trying to establish an identity or pride of their own, and this would be a great way to start that, and that is to knock off the team with the longest winning streak in the state, and of course that's the Nashville Scrappers. But don't underestimate this Nashville team defensively, because last year I was probably about as impressed with their defense, especially their linebackers, as I was that great offense with McBride and of course Washington. But an excellent defense, well-coached football team, and it's going to be an exciting game here tonight in Nashville.
And a Bobcat victory tonight, of course, would end that 17-game winning streak of the Scrappers. Also, it would get the Bobcats ready for conference play that opens next week at Hammond Stadium against the Arkadelphia Badgers.
Well, that's what every football team really has to shoot for, Randy, is the conference season, because your number one goal is always to win your conference, and then everything else goes from there. You get into the state playoffs. But this is a game tonight that I think can give the Bobcats some momentum in getting on with that conference schedule next week, starting with Arkadelphia. It's a crucial game. You know, I've talked to some of these kids. They want to play well. They know that the mistakes they made last week are correctable mistakes. Now it's up to them to come out and to prove that they're going to be a force to reckon with all year long. And if they can beat this Nashville team, a lot of people are going to have to stand up and take notice of this Bobcat football team.
Kind of a playoff atmosphere when you get these rivalries together, just like last week at Prescott. That helps you getting ready in the conference season.
Well, there's no question about it. You know, we're getting into a time of year, the weather's cooling down, although not too much. But by the time conference season starts, you know, it's really, football season is started and it's establishing itself. And the Bobcats, as I've said many times, and most people know, football is a game of momentum and emotion and ebbs and flows. And a victory tonight is going to be important for this football team to get started on the right track next week against Arkadelphia.
Well, you hear the crowd, the Hope Athletic Booster Club leading the crowd, and before the game, we're still 45 minutes away. The packed stands for the visitor side, it's already packed. A great following for this game, should be a great matchup. We'll have it all on KTSS Channel 55 after these words from our sponsors. Scrappers come into tonight's game 2-0 on the season. The Bobcats 1-1 after last week's victory over Prescott. The Cats ready to entering late, as the Nashville Scrappers are already ready. The Bobcats are in their road white jerseys, red helmets, red pants. The Scrappers will be in solid black with orange trim and orange helmets.
As you mentioned, Randy, the Bobcats coming on the field just a little bit tardy, and the Scrappers over there ready to go, and I think the referees also. But you mentioned Nashville 2-0, of course, coming off that great state championship last year. 15 wins, no losses. They have the longest winning streak in the state, as we mentioned in the pregame, and it is a formidable Nashville team. They do have some outstanding football players. They have a competent quarterback, a young man named Blake Young, outstanding running backs, two young men by the name of Witherspoon and McFadden, and then they have a major college prospect in their offense and defensive line, a young man by the name of Tony Fincher that a lot of major colleges are after. So still some quality football players here at Nashville. It will be a very tough and physical game for the Bobcats to win tonight, but it's a game that they're certainly capable of winning if they put everything together and play with great intensity and also great awareness of those penalties and the things that can set you back yardage-wise.
Well, the Bobcats won the toss and elected to receive, so they will have the ball operating from south to north as we start this ball game. Nashville will kick off. Nashville's previous victories won over Junction City 41-21, and then last week's come from behind victory over AAA Southwest member Ashdown 35-28 on this field.
And we might mention, and I don't know whether it's going to have any bearing or not on this football game, but this is the warmest night without a doubt that the Bobcats have played in so far. So hopefully the conditioning levels are really at a peak, and the Bobcats can overcome this heat along with the Nashville Scrappers.
Mark Stavely, the senior place kicker for the Scrappers, ready to kick off back deep. Number 22 for the Cats is, of course, Steve Edwards. Also for the Cats, 24 is Chad Lacey. The wobbly kick Edwards will field at the 10. Gets by one defender, stiff arms another at the 30. Still running is Edwards to the 38-yard line. The Bobcats will start there on their own 38.
Nice run back by the Bobcat tailback, Steve Edwards. You saw him juke a couple of Scrappers out there, and so puts the Bobcats in great field position on their opening drive.
And the Cats, of course, will set up with Courtney Cole, the senior quarterback. Corey Muldrew, number 80, is their all-state wide receiver. He will go out left. D. Bright, the senior, number 25, slot left. The running backs are 41 Sarles and 22 Edwards, both juniors. Cole pitches to Edwards along the left side. He cuts up and gets a good gain of about 6 yards to the 45 of the Bobcats.
Good yardage there by Steve Edwards on the sweep to the left side. He was able to get around the corner and bull his way for a couple of yards after contact by the Scrappers. So good opening play for the Bobcats. And one thing we just can't emphasize enough, Randy, in a game like this, when you're playing away from home, you just have to keep your mistakes to a minimum. So that's what we're going to be looking for with the Bobcats tonight.
77 is the senior center, Rusty Beck. Bright and Muldrew go wide right. I formation for the Cats. Again, pitch to the right side to Edwards. Edwards is hit hard as the safety comes up to knock him out. And that was number 5, Joe Chisholm.
Yeah, also number 54 there for the Scrappers, Timmy Beal. And so Steve Edwards able to pick up about 2 or 3 and bring up a 3rd and 2 for the Bobcats.
Ball's marked at the 47 of the Cats. Early in this ball game, 10:49 left in this first quarter of play. Beck's in there also for the Cats. Ryan Walker, 53 at guard. We'll try to get all that line. Corey Golston starting at left tackle tonight for Eric Turner. Handoff to Edwards, and he is no gain and maybe a loss as he meets a tough Scrapper defense at the line of scrimmage.
Well, just a little tailback dive there with the fullback leading, and actually lost about a yard on the play. So the Bobcats bring their punting team on after not being able to convert that 3rd and 2.
And the punter will be number 61, Jason Patton for the Cats, the junior. The snapper is number 52, Michael Christian, also a junior as the Bobcats get ready quickly. Their punting team's ready. High kick by Patton. It'll be fielded on a fair catch by Ray. He drops the ball, but recovers it at the Scrapper 19-yard line.
Yeah, and we just kind of we did outrun that a little bit and just came down a little out of control, or might have been able to pick that fumble up, but nice high punt by Jason Patton, and so the Bobcat defense called on to take on this potent Nashville Scrapper offense.
Now, you mentioned number 51 for the Scrappers. He's the offensive tackle. He's the all-state lineman for Nashville, Tony Fincher. Blake Young, number 11, is the quarterback. He sends man Derek Reed wide left. In the backfield's number 22, Robert Witherspoon, a junior. Young drops back on the first play from scrimmage and hits his man, and that is Willie Scott for a first down near the Bobcat, or the Scrapper 35.
Well, you're going to see Nashville throw the football a great deal, albeit not as much as they did last year. Of course, I think the Bobcat defense will dictate to their offense what they're going to do. Of course, they came out winging on that first play, and the reception good for a first down.
Let's mark it at the Scrapper 34, 1st and 10 for Nashville with 9:44 clock stopped left in this first quarter of play. Witherspoon is the lone setback. Young, the quarterback, the senior. On the counter this time, that's the number 31. Got good running room. Finally tripped up by Edwards and Dietrich Pace. Not after a first down at the Scrapper 47. And that was number 31, Travell Green, a sophomore.
That was just a poor job of executing by the Bobcats there. Nobody stayed at home, or everybody got blocked. And so the Scrappers came out with a little bit of a counter play that fooled the Bobcats completely.
1st and 10 Scrappers, their second one of the game, at their own 48-yard line. Again, Witherspoon, the lone setback. There's a slot back. That's Scott. Hand off to Witherspoon, and he's met there by Jeff High for the Cats. Also Nick Edwards and Alex Flanoy pushing back along with Steve Edwards.
Good job of Bobcats coming in there, but excellent job by Jeff High, the junior defensive tackle there, of grabbing hold of Witherspoon and not letting go, and actually lost about a half yard on the play. So nice play by Jeff High.
2nd down and 11 at the 47 of the Scrappers. And Coach Billy Laird will shift his running backs and his wide receivers out periodically on a possession. Sends two men, one to the left, and that's Reed. Scott to the right. Witherspoon is the running back. Dropping back is Young. Across the middle, hits Scott for a first down in Bobcat territory at the 34.
Well,
Willie Scott.
Excuse me, Randy, but you can see Blake Young there, the Nashville quarterback, certainly has a strong arm. And as it was last year, and the most impressive thing about Nashville, other than their superior talent last year, was how well that they ran their offense, how well conceived their passing game was, and they really know what they want to do with it when they drop back and throw that football.
1st and 10 at the Bobcat 35, the third first down of the game for the Scrappers. Now going left is Scott. Split backfield for the Scrappers. McFadden and Witherspoon. Hand off to Witherspoon along the left side. He's at the 30. Lacey misses him, and he trips up as Pace hits him at the 30.
Well, Lacey did a good job of slowing him down there, because if Chad had not been able to get an arm on him, there was big yardage there in that play, as it was able to hold it to 5.
2nd down and 5 at the Bobcat 30. 7:50 left in the first quarter of play. The Scrappers' first possession. Bobcats on their first possession, 3 and out. Now Reed will go wide right, Scott to the left. In the shotgun is Blake Young. He gets fumbles the snap, now throws it and hits his man coming across. That's Pryor for a first down, out of bounds on the far side at the 17.
Well, the Nashville receivers are just running their routes, and we're just frankly don't have anybody close to them, and they're just picking up huge chunks of yardage on this Bobcat defense.
Darrell Pryor on the catch from Blake Young. Young fumbled that snap. It was a high snap, and did a good job of getting his composure, and he's perfect on the night in the passing department. 1st and 10, Scrappers at the Bobcat 17. Witherspoon is the running back. On the counter, this time to Scott near the 10-yard line before he stopped by the Bobcats.
Yeah, there was their counter again. They were able to pick up about 5 yards on the play, and we just didn't have a real good pursuit there. We kind of slowed him up and made him change directions, and he's still able to pick up 5 yards. So Bobcat defense will need to stiffen, or this Nashville team, their balanced offense will just have them running all over the football field.
And the runner was number 31. That's Travell Green, a sophomore for the Scrappers. 2nd down and 5. Ball's inside the 12-yard line of the Cats. See number 78, Jonathan Sampson, across that middle, 52. Handoff again to McFadden, the sophomore, got the first down and more inside the 5 of the Cats.
Well, we did a pretty good job there. We kind of got caught outside, but nobody there to fill the hole, and the Scrappers just taking yardage by the chunks and puts the ball on a 1st and goal with the ball on about the 4-yard line.
That's where they'll mark it, at the 4. Young gets his instructions from the Nashville coaching staff. They'll leave it tight this time with 2 men in the backfield. 22 is McFadden, 24 is Witherspoon. Young hands off to Witherspoon. No gain there. Good job by the Cats.
Well, Michael Christian did a good job of kind of slanting in and getting lower than the blocker, and was able to grab a leg and keep it to no gain. So actually maybe lost a yard. So good play by Michael Christian, and the Bobcats faced with a 2nd and goal.
And coming in with the play will be number 2, and that's Willie Scott. He's had a couple of catches here early in this game on this drive for the Scrappers that started on their own 17-yard line after the punt from the Bobcats. Now Scott and Reed go wide right. That forces the Bobcat defense out to cover him on 2nd and goal from the 5. Pitch now to McFadden. Looks like he's got running room. Bobcats trip him up. A nice job by Steve Edwards for the Cats.
It's a real good job by Steve Edwards there, because the Bobcat that had the first shot just got blocked badly, and Steve Edwards just kind of knifed over from his safety spot and able to keep it out of the end zone, as the Bobcats will be looking at 3rd and goal with the ball on about the between the 2 and 3 yard line.
3rd and goal here for the Scrappers. Bobcats defense trying to keep the Scrappers from scoring first. Scott and Reed now go to the left side, number 2 and number 3. Split backfield with Witherspoon and McFadden. 3rd down, handoff to Witherspoon, close to the goal line, but no signal, so a 4th down.
Yeah, he's right on top of the goal line. I think the ball, going to bring up a 4th down, but he's on, as we spot the ball, he's on about the 1-foot line, so Nashville certainly going to go on this 4th and goal.
Well, a big play for both teams here. The Bobcat defense needs to hold them to keep them out of the end zone on 4th down. Young gets his signal from the coaching staff. The Bobcat defense tightens up. Reed goes to the right side. Young, Scott over wide left. And there's a timeout on the field, and the Bobcats will take it here with 3:58 left in the first quarter of play. The score tied, Hope 0, Nashville 0. Left, Reed right. 2 men in the backfield. Handoff to Witherspoon. Did he get in? He did, barely, but the Bobcats really nice penetration by the Bobcat line.
Yeah, you're right, Randy. He just kept his legs moving, and the Cats were able to stop the initial drive of him, but Witherspoon is a strong-legged young man and was able to keep driving and barely get into the end zone. So even though Nashville took the ball down the field in a hurry, both with that balanced offense, running and passing, the yardage got a little bit tougher from the 5 on in. So Bobcats give up the first score as Nashville, the official, decides to take a timeout, but
looks like a Scrapper was injured on the play. That's number 65 for the Scrappers, Casey McCauley. He's a senior, but with 3:54, Witherspoon scores from a yard out for Nashville to strike first here in this Scrapper Bobcat battle. And the Scrappers will attempt the point after. That's Mark Stavely, the kicker, will attempt the point after. Reed to hold. Snap is good. Kick is up. There's a flag thrown. Kick is good. And it'll be roughing the kicker on the Cats, and that'll be assessed on the kickoff.
Yeah, I really didn't. Did you see what happened? I was watching the kick, but apparently one of the Bobcats ran into the kicker or the holder, and as they talked with the Nashville captain, Tony Fincher, and that penalty will be assessed on the kickoff. So the Bobcats behind 7-0. And as we talk about that drive that Nashville put together, a mixed job of passing the football and running around the ends, and they just did a workmanlike job of running their offense. It appeared the Bobcats were not quite ready for what the Scrappers were going to come out with, and they will have to adjust to the balance of this offense and also the precision of this passing game that Nashville can throw at you. And really, that's what makes Nashville such a tough team, because they do throw the ball certainly above average for most high school teams, and it's not really something, that type of passing offense, such precision patterns and throwing the ball so crisply, most high school teams aren't used to seeing it, and the Bobcats will need to get used to that and adjust to it before this football game is over.
Hope Bobcat Band over there getting the Bobcat crowd, packed stadium on the visitor side, ready for the Bobcats to receive. And Staveley will be able to kick from the Bobcat 45 after that penalty. And, you know, we saw Prescott take advantage of this and kick an onside kick last week. Let's see what the Scrappers do.
Well, I'd be surprised if you see an onside kick, but you might. Coach Kell used it in a similar situation last week.
And it is an onside. Edwards misses it. Bobcats on the ground, but looks like the Scrappers get it at the 34-yard line of the Cats. A big break for the Scrappers, a big mistake for the Cats.
Yep, that just really did not do a good job of getting down with the football. And as you said, Randy, the Scrappers obviously saw the Bobcats do that last week. The Bobcats should have been ready for it. They just did an outstanding job. It rolled between two Bobcats, and the Scrappers were there to pounce on it. So defense doesn't get much of a break after that first scoring drive.
So the Scrappers on offense again at the Bobcat 34 as Reed and Scott, number 3 and number 2, go wide right. Young is the quarterback. Witherspoon and McFadden, the backs. Dropping back is Young. Got a man open. Scott near the goal line at the 3.
Well, just really poor coverage there by the Bobcat back there, and we just have to be ready for this Nashville passing attack, and Nashville's coming out doing the thing to us that the Bobcats wanted to do to them, and that's come out and prove that they're ready to play football and do those things. But the deep pass like that, just really poor coverage. It wasn't that the pass wasn't that well thrown. The receiver actually had to wait on it.
32-yard pass to Scott from Young. Reed goes wide left, Young wide right. First and goal at the 2 of the Cats. Quickly in Nashville trying to score, and McFadden pushes himself close to the goal line as the Bobcats stop him.
And we might mention, I think we did mention, that McFadden is a highly touted sophomore running back for this Nashville football team. A lot of people are talking about him and his talent as he burrowed down close to the goal line there. So Bobcats faced with a second and goal with the ball on the 1-yard line.
Well, whatever happens on this series, we did not think this would be a defensive struggle. We knew there'd be a lot of points on the board, but the Bobcat offense has got to get the ball and keep it for a while. Now Reed and Scott go wide left. Hand off to Witherspoon. He's met initially. He does not get in. Good penetration by the Bobcat line.
Well, Bobcat defense doing great in goal line defense, but the problem is we don't want to play a lot of goal line defense, and so they actually set the ball back a little bit on that play as a good penetration by that front defensive line, and a third down and goal with the ball on about the 1-yard line.
Number 53 senior Ryan Walker made the initial hit for the Cats. Third and goal, 2:22, clock running left in the first quarter. Nashville leading Hope 7-0 and wanting more. Scott and Reed go to the left side. Split backfield, looked like a jump, no call. Man's hit, drops the ball. Great hit by the Bobcats, and that was Patton who hit Young, and then the receiver just dropped the ball.
Well, the Bobcats got a break there because he was wide open and the pass was there. Quarterback took a pounding there from Jason Patton as he released it, and so Nashville faced with another situation of 4th and goal from about the same spot. So Bobcat defense playing tough inside the 5-yard line.
Really the first time Young has been pressured tonight to throw, and that's what that Bobcat line has got to do. Scott and Reed go wide right on 4th and goal. Young bobbles the snap. Ball's on the ground, and the Cats recover, and they keep the Scrappers from scoring a big break for the Cats. They'll take over at their own 5.
Well, it's a big break, but they made their own break there by holding them out on the first 2 plays, and then Nashville not executing on their little pass play. But great stand by that Bobcat defense, and they needed a spark, and they got it there. So now it's the offense's turn to come out and move this football out of the shadow of the end zone and try to get something going themselves with their running and passing attack.
Courtney Cole, the senior quarterback, number 19, comes into the huddle with the play for the Cats. Gray Ramsey is tight to the right. Number 15 wide right is D. Bright. Unbalanced line left. Handoff to Edwards, breaking through, the gain of a couple for the Cats.
Yeah, Steve did a good job of spinning there, and one of the Scrappers were able to fall back in there and kind of get him. Nice hole there, though, by Brent Carpenter and Devin Walker as they opened it up, but able to get about 3 on the play, so Bobcats faced with a 2nd and 7.
1:40 left in the first quarter of play. Nashville 7, Hope 0, and for the first quarter, it's been all Nashville. The Bobcat offense has not been on the field much. Now Bright goes wide left. Again, unbalanced line to the left. Muldrew is the tight end on the right side. Handoff to Edwards along the left side, trying to turn the corner. He does. He's got Paul Wayne Ray to beat, and Ray drags him down, but not after a first down for the Cats at the 27.
Good job there of blocking, especially his fullback, Jared Sarles, out there leading the way. Gray Ramsey in there, Corey Golston, and also Ryan Walker. But Steve showed you he has good speed, and he's not going to let an arm bring him down. So excellent play by the Bobcat offense to get out of that end zone.
First down of the night for the Cats. 1st and 10 with 1:16 left here in this first quarter of play. Now Corey Muldrew goes wide right. Slot left is Bright, number 25. Dropping back is Cole. Looking for Muldrew downfield at midfield. Ray is there, Muldrew there, and no one caught it. Muldrew defended by Paul Wayne Ray, one of the outstanding sophomores last year in the state, and he does an outstanding job.
Well, that was not the best pass that Courtney's ever threw on that pattern, and actually Corey Muldrew, I think, was in position to make a play on the ball if he could just got the ball put a little further downfield, but the Bobcats come up dry on their long pass.
Muldrew now goes wide right again. Slot left is Bright. 2nd down and 10 for the Cats. A pitch late to Edwards, and it just didn't get away as there's a loss on the play of about 10 yards as number 44 there, Brandon Rowland, made the stop.
Yeah, there's just nothing you can do on that play. The timing was just off from the get-go, so the Bobcats have dug themselves a hole with about 3rd and 20 here with 47 seconds remaining in the first quarter. But that play, I don't know whether it was a fumble snap or what, but Ryan Walker out there trying to block his man, but there's just so much you can do when the play isn't timed well.
Bright and Muldrew go to the left side for the Cats. 3rd down and 20. Cole rolling left as he drops back. Hit as he throws it, but he's got Muldrew at the 40. First down to the 42-yard line.
Boy, that was a nice pass by Courtney. He did a good job of getting outside the rush and setting up and just drilling a bullet there to Corey Muldrew. Kind of surprising that Corey would be that wide open, but must have put an outstanding move on the defender. So nice pickup of a first down, but this Bobcat offense, they really were in a hole, 3rd and about 20, and come up with the first down catch by Corey Muldrew.
9 seconds clock running left in this first quarter of play, and looks like the Cats will let the quarter in. So at the end of the first quarter of play, it's Nashville 7, Hope 0. We'll be back on TV 55.
Cole and Corey Muldrew on that 3rd and 20, so the Bobcats with a first down.
Muldrew goes to the near side left. Bright slot right. Hand off to the fullback, Sarles, and he's tripped up at the line of scrimmage, falls forward for a couple, bring up 2nd down and 8.
And there was a good hole there, and Jared Sarles had a nice hole there, picked up about 2 or 3 yards, but needs to make a little bit quicker cut there and could have picked up better yardage. So about 3 on the play for the Bobcats.
11:39 left in this second quarter. Bobcats have it at their own 44. Muldrew comes wide left. Split right is number 25, Bright. Dropping back is Cole. Hits Bright at midfield. He makes a turn, got running room and good speed at the 40. Bright keeps running. Ramsey down there to help him at the 26-yard line. A great play by D. Bright after a catch at midfield.
Good play, Bobcats, as Courtney Cole came out and I think kind of really threw the ball. Maybe the Scrappers weren't expecting it, but D. Roderick Bright did an excellent job of catching the football with his hands tucking away and then getting outstanding yardage running with it after he caught it. So nice play by the Bobcat offense.
At the 28 of the Scrappers. Muldrew to the right side. Bright's slot right. And there's a handoff on the reverse to Muldrew along the left side. He's at the 20. He shifts gears down to the 18-yard line before he's brought down.
Well, that was a pretty good play on the reverse. Picked up nice yardage there about, let me see where they stick the flag. Picked up about, looks to be, well, he's going back.
Yeah, looks like.
Oh, picked up about 5, maybe 6 on the play. Well, no.
Should be about 8. Yeah.
Well, this guy just is running a maze over there.
Yeah, but the referee's got it marked inside the 20, so it'll be close to an 8-yard gain for the senior, Muldrew. With 10:53 left, Bobcats have it second down. Well, they're going to measure it.
So it must be obviously close to a first down. And so picked up 10 on the reverse, a play we saw last week against Prescott with Corey Muldrew. Of course, a play we saw many times last year with Corey Muldrew. Good call by the Bobcat coaching staff. Picking up good yardage on the reverse.
Well, it's hard to stop Corey. He's a great athlete, knows what to do with it when he gets the ball, and you're going to have to contain him at the line of scrimmage and hold on, or Corey's going to get good running room.
Well, you know, I talked earlier about the balance of this Nashville offense, and this particular drive has been a wonderful blend of running, passing, and reverses by the Bobcat offense, so nice balance by them on this drive with 10:53 left in the second quarter.
Ball's marked at the 18, first and 10 Cats. Muldrew goes wide right. Nick Edwards slot left. Play action fake, looking for Muldrew across the middle, hits Ramsey near the first down at the 8.
Well, you know, I really like that play a lot, Randy, because the Scrappers are so intent on watching Corey Muldrew, and we just drug Gray across the field there. Nice pass, Courtney waited for it to open up with a pretty good rush in his face and drilled a nice little strike there to Gray and picked up nice gain, puts the ball on about the 7-8-yard line.
First and goal. The Bobcats' 5th first down of this drive that started on their own 5. Now unbalanced line left. Edwards goes wide left. That's Nick Edwards, 20. Steve Edwards is the running back, 22. Handoff to Cole on the right side. Touchdown from 7 yards out. Courtney Cole with 10:21 left in this first half of play. The Cats have scored.
I really want to brag on the Bobcat offense on that drive because the balance and the difference in plays was just outstanding. Wonderful play calling there by the Bobcat coaches, and the Bobcats able to answer the Nashville drive, Nashville score. 10:21 left in the first half as the Bobcats try to kick the extra point to tie up the Nashville Scrappers.
95-yard scoring drive for the Bobcats. And Colin Pickhamton will attempt the point after. Kicks up. Nice kick by Colin. It hits the goal and no good. So with 10:21 left in the first half, it's Nashville 7, Hope 6. We'll be back on TV 55 after
different looks at the Scrappers. The Bobcats gave the Scrappers, and it was successful with that scoring drive.
Lacey ready to kick off. Jelani Solomon, the normal kicker, is not dressed out tonight. Lacey gets a nice kick. Fielded on the run by Witherspoon. He breaks out to the near side, brought down over there by Holofield, number 60, Costa Holofield on the tackle.
Well, it was a pretty good kick, but one that the Scrappers did a good job of taking at full speed and just really getting way too much yardage there on the kick. So Nashville will set up with their next possession with the ball on about the 44-yard line.
Bobcat defense we've seen grow the last 2 weeks, and they've put on a really good performance so far here tonight as they kept Nashville out of the end zone late in that first quarter.
Well, they're going to have to put forth that same type of defense out here in the middle of the football field.
Yeah, Young is the quarterback for the Scrappers. Witherspoon is the running back, 24. Play action to Young, being trailed by the Bobcats. Patton, he throws it deep and hits Pryor at the 28. 27 is where they mark it.
Well, what made that play is we lost containment there, and so it gave the receivers a long time to run their route, and he kind of threw a wobbly pass out there, but his receiver was just trailed across the field, and you just have to keep containment on that play.
Darrell Pryor is did an outstanding job, and number 81 is a junior tight end, and there's an official time on the field with 10:07 left in this first quarter or first half of play. Nashville again deep in Bobcat territory on their third possession of the night.
Well, it looked initially like we had caused something to happen there, but Jason Patton went in there a little bit out of control and allowed the quarterback to get outside him. And once he gets outside the defensive end, it's pretty much whatever he wants to do. He's got plenty of time. So Jason did a good job of rushing, but needs to go in a little bit more into control.
First and 10, Scrappers at the Bobcat 27-yard line. And that is Green, 31 in the slot right. McFadden is the setback. Handoff to Witherspoon, and he's hit by Patton. Again, brought down by Michael Christian for the Cats.
Good job. Jason Patton penetration. Jacob Jones in there. Michael Christian there to make the tackle. And so nice play. A little bit of mistiming there on the Nashville offense's part. That play just didn't click, and so the Bobcats able to set Nashville back about a half yard, bring up a second down and a little more than 10.
Ball will be marked just at the 28 of the Cats. In for the Cats, number 70 at the nose man. That's Corey Armstrong, giving Jonathan Sampson a rest. Reed and Scott go wide left. Second down. Young drops back, got good protection, throws out in the flat. Nice job over there by the Bobcats, and that was Chad Lacey.
Excellent timing by Chad Lacey. He just couldn't have been a half a second behind, or there's been a completed pass, but nice play by Chad Lacey, the Bobcat senior, playing his defensive back position.
Third down now for Nashville.
This is a place where you have to watch the little screens of the reverses. Of course, Nashville has a potent passing attack without screens or reverses, but the Bobcats need to play their responsibilities and keep Nashville from picking up this first down.
Young's now in the shotgun, but he gets up to the line with Reed to the left, Scott to the right. McFadden, the sophomore, is the running back now, 22. Dropping back is Reed. He hits Pryor out of the tight end spot, and he's near another first down for Nashville.
Yep, and there's a smart play on Nashville's part to use their tight end, and like the Bobcats used Gray Ramsey a little bit earlier in their drive, and completed pass that awful close to the first down.
Looks like they'll mark it 4th and short, less than a yard. And again, another big 4th down play that the Bobcats defense is facing here in this first half.
Boy, there have been a lot of those so far in this game. 4th and short, less than a yard, and the Bobcats faced with another one, so we'll see how they handle it.
Up to the line of scrimmage come the Scrappers. Reed to the left, Scott right. McFadden is the lone setback. Young hands it to McFadden, the sophomore, and man, he's hit at the line of scrimmage by the Bobcat defense.
It just depends on the mark, Randy, really. Virtually no game, but just depending on where they mark it.
Well, the
Bobcats offense comes, but they're more than that's
the signal. Bobcats have it. Another great defensive stand by the Bobcats, a second straight here in this first half of play.
And you know that truly has to pump this football team up, because just an outstanding play by the Bobcat defense time and again. And as you mentioned earlier, it's a defense that has grown week in, week out, and just a great play by those 11 defenders.
At the 17, their own 17, Bobcats take over with 9 minutes left in the second quarter. Unbalanced line right. Pitch to Edwards along the right side. He picks his way through and slashes to the far side, out of bounds at about the 25.
And that play picked up Oh, let's look. 7-9 yards on the play, so the Bobcat sweep really effective tonight, and great blocking over there as Steve Edwards slashes his way for 9 yards.
2nd down and 1 for the Bobcats at their own 26-yard line. 8:50 left in this first half. Nashville 7, Hope 6. Muldrew, the 6'3 senior, comes wide left, number 80. Slot right is Bright, number 25. Handoff to Steve Edwards, picking his way along the left side. Keeps running at the 43, at the 44 for the Bobcats.
I think that this young man is going to be an outstanding football player for the Bobcats. We said it first game, and we all think that he's going to be a key because he's an exceptionally strong runner. He's awful fast. He does a good job of holding on to the football and just having an outstanding night so far for the Bobcat offense.
8:24 clock running left in this first half. Bobcats, Billy Roberts comes in to spell Edwards. Cole sends 2 men wide right. Pitch to Roberts. He's looking to throw. Throws it deep to Muldrew. Can't get him.
You know, the play was incomplete, but what a great call by the Bobcat coaches. And Billy threw the ball well, just kind of had too much on it. But my hat's off. That's a great call that certainly wish would have worked for the Bobcats, but gives this Nashville defense something to think about.
2nd down 10 for the Cats. Again, ball marked at their own 43.5-yard line. 8:02 left here in this first half. Bobcats trail by 1, 7-6. Now Muldrew will go wide right. Slot right is 25 Bright. Handoff to Bright. He's met, but he gets away and then tripped up. Nice job by the Nashville scrapper, number 74, to trip him up, and that's Douglas Garcia.
Yeah, but a really excellent job by Roderick Bright there of not going down for a loss, able to pick up about 4 on the play. So good hard running there by D. Bright.
3rd down 7. Ball's at the Bobcat 46. And Muldrew will come to the right side, wide right. Slot right is Bright. Sarles and Edwards are the running back. Fake on the pitch. Now pitches to Roberts, rather, the running back, and there's just nothing there. Nashville read that. Slow developing play. Brings up 4th down and long for the Cats at their own 40.
Yeah, that was an option play. Just wasn't there. A little slow in developing. Nashville had good containment over there, so the Bobcats forced a punt as the clock winds down to 7 minutes left in the 2nd quarter.
Jason Patton will go back to punt for the Cats. The junior. Snaps good. Kick, nice high kick by Patton. Paul Wainwright just drops it, looking for it. And he's hit by Pace, and also down there for the Cats, 52, Michael Christian, and number 28, and that is Jason Ragland.
Boy, give credit to Jason Patton. What a wonderful punt. High, deep, spiral. Paul Ray just never, you could tell he was having trouble from the very get-go on that, and Bobcats had excellent coverage there, so excellent punt by Jason Patton.
1st and 10 Nashville with 6:40 left in the 2nd quarter of play, leading the Cats 7-6, and they take over at their own 23-yard line. Their worst field position of the night by far, as Scott and Reed go wide left. Slot left is Witherspoon. Set back is McFadden. Hand off to him along the left side, and he gets a 1st down and more near the 38-yard line of the Scrappers.
Well, I don't know. We're going to have to change something because if Nashville comes out in that same set, we've got 2 coverage men covering 3 guys. So we'll just see if Nashville picked up on that, and I'll see how they line up here for this following play.
1st and 10. Let's mark it at the 37.5-yard line of the Scrappers. Young, the senior quarterback, taking over for the graduated Jared McBride. Scott and Reed go wide left. Again, same formation as Witherspoon, slot left. Young dropping back. Across the middle, hits Scott at midfield into Bobcat territory. He's brought down by Nick Edwards.
Just a little too much cushion there by the Bobcats, and Nashville apparently saw something they liked and decided to throw the ball on first down and picked up big yardage, picked up about 12-13, but we have a flag on the play.
Yeah, and I just missed the signal from the official what it was.
I think it was illegal procedure by Nashville, and certainly the Bobcats will set the Scrappers back with a 1st and 15, and a fortunate break for the Bobcats as Nashville, yeah, that's what it was, a legal procedure. So Bobcats get a break there on a Nashville miscue.
Their first mistake of the night as far as penalties, and brings up 1st and 15 for Nashville at their own 32-yard line. Reed and Scott go wide left. Set 5:55 left here in this first half of play. Again, trip set left with the slot man Witherspoon. Hand off to McFadden. He's hit hard by Patton and Sampson in there, and Alex Flenoy for the Cats. Also, let's see who gets up there. It's also Jacob Jones.
Jacob Jones and, of course, Jonathan Sampson. And once Jonathan's on that pile, it goes no further. So good play there by the Bobcats. Bring up a 2nd and 14.
Number 53, Ryan Walker, checking in for the Cats. Patton.
And again, this is the place that you watch for screens and draws.
Reed and Scott and Witherspoon split our trip set left. Young just throws it to Scott. Billy Roberts there. Pace makes an outstanding tackle for no gain, maybe a loss there. Good read by the Cats.
We've seen that play many, many times on the Hope side, as it usually goes to Corey Muldrew. Nashville not able to get quite the results that Corey Muldrew gets with it, but excellent play by Dietrich Pace of coming out there and making the tackle. And as you mentioned about Dietrich Pace last week, he's a player as the game goes on. He gets stronger and more intense, and really getting into the flow of things on that play.
3rd and 14 at the 33 of the Scrappers. It's in 2 men wide left now. Split backfield. Dropping back, rolling to the left is Young. Got Reed open. Wide open at the 40. At the 30. Corey Muldrew gets balls on the ground. Bobcats can't get it. They do at the 5. Finally, the Bobcats get it, and that's Chad Lacey. Boy, that was a great catch by Reed. Finally brought down from behind by the Cats, made him fumble, and Bobcats have it. Big break with 4:15 left here in this first half.
There's been a lot of things happening in this football game, a lot of things that are exciting to see, and there's a mistake on the part of the Nashville Scrappers that the Hope Bobcats hopefully will take advantage of, and I think that, as you say, Chad Lacey on that football, and a big break for the Bobcats, able to keep Nashville from getting great field position, and the Bobcats take over with the football on the 5-yard line.
4:15 left in the first half of play. Greg Muldrew, number 3, goes wide left. Wide slot right is D. Bright. Cole hands off. No, on the keeper along the left side. Cole at the 10, the 5, trying to get out of bounds, and does after a first down at the 17-yard line.
Good play by Courtney. You know, as we've talked about several times, Courtney has excellent speed, and that is a play that you have to honor the fake, and Courtney did a good job, but we're going to be set back by a clip, and that play will be nullified.
Yeah, the flag was thrown right where Courtney was knocked out of bounds, so that's a critical mistake by the Bobcats with 4:07 left in this first half of play.
Yeah, that was a good play to call also. It's a safe play, and Courtney's doing a much better job of making his fake on that play, and so able to get outside, but the clip makes that play really a moot point, so the Bobcats need to come up with another big play with 4:07 left in the first half.
Half the distance to the goal. We'll mark it at the 8. And the Bobcats will have it there. 2nd down. Let's see, 1st down rather, and let's mark it. Really a pretty good
well, that's
1st and 7.
That's not, well, I guess, yeah, 1st and 7. So actually they came out of that a little bit better than I thought they would.
Muldrew now split left to the right side. Slot right is Bright, wide right. Hand off to Edwards. No, Cole keeps it, cuts back up, and is, after a gain across to the 13-yard line, is brought down there. Brings up 2nd down and 2.
Same play, just to the wide side of the field there. And as I mentioned before, Courtney doing a real good job of making the fake, and the Scrappers honoring that. But Courtney has excellent speed, and it's to our advantage for him to get a tackler one-on-one.
3:39 clock running left in this first half of play. Cole waiting for the signal as the play clock runs down. And now the Cats have it.
It's going to be tough to get this play off.
Quickly up the line of scrimmage, 7 seconds, 6 on the play clock. Unbalanced line right. Cole will get it off. Hand it to Edwards. Cuts back, then switches more. First down to the 23-yard line.
Just an excellent job of kind of picking his way through the tacklers there, able to pick up the first down. And the Bobcats did just get that play off with about a second left on the play clock. So keep this clock running, and 3:09 remaining as the change set up the Bobcats with another set of first downs.
Bobcats need a breakaway run as they are at the 23. 1st and 10. Muldrew and Bright go to the left side, to this near side. All kinds of defenders over there on Muldrew. Throws it to Bright. Muldrew tries to give him a block. He's down the near side, cuts up, and is knocked there at the 34, but not after another first down for the Cats with 2:40 left here in this first half of play.
Again, I want to give credit on the call there, because that is a play we see a lot, but you see it on to Corey Muldrew, and the Bobcats able to hit D. Bright there and pick up another first down. 2:39 left in the half. Bobcats moving the football.
1st and 10 at the Bobcat 34. Muldrew and Bright go to the right side. The senior wide receivers, Sarles and Edwards, are the running backs. Cole looking, hits Muldrew. He's hit by Bray, but gets away from him and gets near midfield for another first down for the Cats with 2:17. Clock stops on the first down.
Cats really playing good football here. Paul Ray is an excellent tackler, a sure tackler. Corey Muldrew wouldn't be brought down. Excellent pass by Courtney Cole. Bobcats move the chains once again.
1st and 10 near midfield, just in Bobcat territory, with 2:15 clock running left in this first half of play. Muldrew goes to the far side. Now he's coming out, and Greg Muldrew comes in with Nick Edwards to the right side. Hand off to Steve Edwards as he slashes through for good yardage into Scrapper territory at the 45.
Yeah, good surge over there by the left side of that offensive line. Corey Golston, Ryan Walker, Rusty Beck picked up about 6, almost 7 on the play. 1:44 left in the half.
Clock running. Cats in the huddle with the play, and coming out quickly, Rusty Beck. For Devon Walker also on that line for the Cats. 2 men wide right. Pitch to Edwards along the left side. Cuts back, looking across, still goes for the first down into the to the 38-yard line. 1st and 10 Cats with 1:17 left in the first half.
Boy, this kid is having an outstanding half of football, running extremely physical, and of course he's down a little bit, but he had a couple of Scrappers down with him, and so Steve Edwards will be attended to by the Bobcat trainers.
And there's an official timeout as the Cats get out there to see about Steve Edwards, who has really had an outstanding game, picking his way through the Scrapper 39-yard line. 1st and 10 Scrappers, leading the Cats 7-6. Scott goes wide right. Reed to the left. Derek Reed. He had an outstanding game last year against Cats, and already with a good reception. Screen pass to McFadden, the sophomore running back, and he's hit hard, but gets off the man, knocked out of bounds there by Billy Roberts inside Bobcat territory.
Yeah, we just missed a couple of tackles there, and there was the screen pass, and a good call by the Nashville coaches that moves the football down into Bobcat territory at about the 43-yard line. 49 seconds left in the half.
And Ryan Walker checks in for the Cats. Also Armstrong in for Sampson. in the middle of the line. Armstrong, number 70. Reed and Scott go wide left. Both dangerous receivers, split backfield. Young dropping back. Got time, has Reed wide open at the 22, 1st and 10.
Boy, I don't know what kind of move he put on or if he just lost someone in coverage, but he was wide open, and Bobcats had to know we were going to throw the football.
Yeah, Reed's been open. He had that other one that he fumbled after the reception. He was wide open. 1st and 10, clock now running with 42 seconds left. Double set both sides as Young pumps, but almost intercepted by the Cats and Alex Flannery, as Ryan Walker really gave good pressure for the Cats.
You're right. It was excellent pressure there by Ryan Walker, and Alex Flannery almost had his hands on that football, but brings up a 2nd down. The clock stops, 35 seconds left.
7-6 the score, Nashville leading, and there's an official timeout as there's an equipment problem by McFadden, the Nashville sophomore running back.
You know, Randy, Nashville does just such a wonderful job of getting their receivers into their pattern, and the quarterback knows where they're going to go, and their passing game has certainly been potent tonight.
Reed and Scott to the right side now. Nick Edwards on Reed. Dropping back is Young. Reed is wide open in the end zone. Touchdown from 21 yards out with 30 seconds left. Nashville has scored again to take a 13-6 lead.
Well, what happened? We had coverage. I guess we were in a zone coverage. Billy Roberts didn't go to that zone, and Nick Edwards let the man go. So as a result, Nashville scores a touchdown quickly on these Bobcats with 30 seconds left in the half.
Yeah, big twist there where the Bobcats had the ball and then turned it over. Nashville quickly comes back to score with 30 seconds left on that 21-yard touchdown pass from Young to Reed.
Well, that's certainly unfortunate because they picked up the yardage too easily with their passing attack there as Nashville gets on the scoreboard trying to go ahead by 8 as they tack on the extra point.
Mark Stavely will attempt the point after, but there's some Reed trying to tie his shoe, so they'll take a timeout with 30 seconds left, and you see Stavely and Reed trying to get their equipment ready. Seems like that's a lot of the problems in high school. Everybody trying to get their equipment on to kick the point after.
Well, you know, I watched that play develop out here on this side, and apparently we were in a zone as Edwards covered his man and kind of let him go. Billy Roberts made the decision to cover inside, and the Nashville receiver broke it off to the corner there for the easy touchdown.
Now we're ready for the point after, and Stavely's ready to kick. Bobcat defense been on the field a lot tonight, done an admirable job so far. But Blake Young's done an outstanding job in operating this scrapper offense.
No question about it. He's pinpointed his passes, and the receivers have done a great job of finding the open spot.
Stavely will attempt the point after. Snap's good, kick up. Stavely hits it. So with 30 seconds left in the first half of play, it's Nashville 14, Hope 6, and the Bobcats will get one more opportunity here in this first half.
Well, you know, we were driving the football and kind of had Nashville back on their heels, and, you know, the fumble, you know, obviously was something we didn't want to happen, but I guess the thing that was kind of disappointing is that we gave up the 50 or 55 yards so easily there on the passing attack when obviously knowing Nashville was going to throw the football, just didn't do a good job of covering the receivers. Now, the thing that I see positive about this first half is that the Bobcat offense has made this Nashville defense stay on the football field a long time, and hopefully the Bobcat offense can come out and tire this Nashville defense out a little bit in the second half. So the Bobcats have played well in a lot of spots tonight, and but the times they've been in trouble, they've allowed Nashville to pick up yardage rather easily on just a couple of drives. So they'll need to go in and get back about their business, playing sound fundamental football, and try to make some negative things happen to this Nashville offense.
Bobcats kick return team really has a lot of the guys that you want to have up there to field a onside, as you got Sarles, Greg Muldrew, Alex Flanori up there. Also, looks Nick Edwards and D. Bright on that front line. Back deep, Steve Edwards for the Cats and Billy Roberts.
Well, I said I'd be surprised last time they kicked an onside kick. I'll be doubly surprised if that's what they do this time.
Stavely gets a squibbler, and let's see, there's all sides on Nashville on the kickoff.
Well, that will set them back 5 more as the Bobcats possibly get a little bit better field position. Steve Edwards ran one back against Prescott last week. That was called back because of a clipping infraction. So Nashville moves back 5 yards to kick the ball to the Bobcats.
And it is all sides on the Scrappers, and that'll move the ball back to the 35. And Stavely will kick again.
Well, you could see that he was not going to try to kick the ball deep to Steve Edwards, just a really low squib kick, and most certainly that's what he'll do again this time.
Score 14-6, Nashville leading as Stavely kicks off for the Scrappers. Again, a wobbler that's picked up by Roberts at the 28. Looking for blocking now on the right side. Roberts uses speed to get knocked out of bounds inside Scrapper territory with 22 seconds left.
Well, good return. We're going to get the ball inside the 50 in time for about 3 or 4 plays, maybe 3, but there's a flag on the field. I think I heard the announcer say there's a flag. I don't see one, but
looks like there is, and the official indicates personal foul against the Scrappers. So the Bobcats tack on some more yardage, and Cats suddenly in scoring position.
Well, yeah, that was a huge break for the Bobcats as the referee marks the football off and is going to set it down on about the 34-yard line. So Bobcats, with luck, a little luck, able to probably punch out 3 plays and certainly 2 with 22 seconds left in the half.
Bobcats in the 34 of Nashville, 1st and 10. 22 seconds left in the first half, trailing 14-6 here at Nashville. Cats in Muldrew. He's tied into the left side. Play action fake as Cole now will run it out of the pocket. Stiffs arms and can't get out of bounds as he's tackled there with 13 seconds left. There's a timeout called with 11 seconds left for the Cats as the Cats call timeout.
Well, you know, of course, Courtney picked up pretty good yardage on the play, picked up about 7 yards, but 11 seconds left. You know, I have to believe that we may come back with some type of the same motion there, possibly. Corey didn't really run the pattern that time out there to block, and maybe Nashville will recognize Courtney too quick, and we can get a pass off to Corey Muldrew if, in fact, that's the Bobcat coach's plans. But 11 seconds left. Unless we can get out of bounds, this half will probably end after this play.
Yeah, or if there's an incomplete pass, then we might have one more shot at it. The Cats, again, at the 27-yard line of the Scrappers.
Well, you have to think that Corey Muldrew is going to be in the eye of several Nashville defenders, and certainly he should be. D. Bright had a really good first half, catching the football and running with it. So we'll wait and see what the Bobcats have left in the last 11 seconds of this first half.
Muldrew goes wide right to the far side. Bright is slot left. Ramsey's a tight end on the left side. Edwards is in the backfield. Dropping back is Cole. He'll throw it down the sideline to Muldrew. That no call, and Paul Ray was all over him, but no call with 6 seconds left. The Bobcats will have another shot at it.
There truly could have been a call there on that play. We saw Paul Ray put his hands on Corey Muldrew. Official didn't think it warranted a penalty, but really a pretty good situation for the Bobcats to get themselves in. That's Corey Muldrew lined up out there one-on-one, but really a close call. Could have been interference.
6 seconds left, 3rd down and 3. Of course, the down's not important. The seconds are. As the Cats, Muldrew and Bright go to the right side. Ramsey's a tight end on the left side. Edwards and Sarles are your running backs. Cole dropping back, he's hit as he throws it, and that had a factor on it, and again knocked out of the hands of Piggy as the half ends. So at the end of the first half of play, it's Nashville 14. All 11 first downs. Rushed the ball 19 times for 95 yards. Courtney Cole was 5 of 9 in the air for 90 yards. Bobcats lost 2 fumbles, penalized twice. Jason Patton, 2 punts for an average of 39.5 yards. Nashville had 16 rushes for 47 yards, 10 first downs. Blake Young was 11 of 14 for 240 yards in the first half, 2 fumbles, and they were penalized 3 times. Bobcats getting ready to kick, and that will be Tremaine Lacey, number 2 for the Cats, to kick off to start this second half of play. And the signal go ahead for Lacey. Kick is up. A squibbling kick will be fielded by Green, and he can't get a handle on it. Finally he does. The sophomore's drugged down there, and there's a penalty thrown at about the 30-yard line.
Well, we'll just wait and see. Looks like it'll probably be against Nashville, but a good kick by Tremaine Lacey, and excellent coverage by the Bobcat kicking game, and we will wait and see what the referee spotted, and it will be against Nashville. I think it's probably a clip.
So Nashville will start back deeper than their 23, and probably the worst field position of the night for the Scrappers.
I think those stats are kind of telling, Randy, in the what the Nashville passing offense was able to do. 11 of 14 by their quarterback. Picked up a lot of yardage. Bobcats did a pretty good job of containing the run, but we'll have to do a much better job of covering the offensive pass receivers that the Nashville Scrappers are throwing out there, because they picked up a ton of yardage in that first half.
The Bobcat defense would be a great thing for the Cats to be able to hold them with 3 downs and no first down here deep in their own territory at 16. Dropping back is Young, a screen out to Witherspoon. Jones is there, and finally a great tackle by, that is number 22, and that is Steve Edwards.
Yeah, Steve Edwards did a wonderful job of making the tackle there, because Jacob Jones was actually the only defender out there, and he had blockers all over him. Good play to call by Nashville to open up the second half.
Second down and 5. They'll mark it at the 22 of the Scrappers. Again, Nashville 240 yards in that first half of play through the air. Blake Young sends Reed to the near side, Scott to the left. Split backfield. Fake play action rush by Patton. Hits Pryor at the 40. Near midfield, knocked out of bounds there at the 46 by Billy Roberts.
Well, their passing attack just continues, and we just really don't seem to have a clue about what to do with it. And the Nashville Scrappers picking up big yardage again with their passing game.
First and 10, Nashville at their own 46-yard line. Bobcat defensive secondary picked off 5 last week against the Curly Wolves. And as you said, Bub, really haven't been close to one tonight. First and 10 for the Scrappers. Young, again the snap, handoff to McFadden. At midfield stop there by Michael Christian, Steve Edwards, and Chad Lacey.
Well, pretty good play. Going to gain about 4 on the play, bring up a second down. So Bobcats did a fair job of defending on that run play.
Second down and 6. And I tell you, the Nashville passing attack is fundamentally sound for a high school team.
Oh, there's no question about it on that play. Patton had excellent rush on the quarterback on the long pass just before that, and he just threw it to a spot, and he was there.
Second and 6. Young hands off to Witherspoon, slot back, and he's crossed midfield, first down near the 40 of the Cats.
And there was that little counter, reverse, whatever you want to call it. We just got blocked, had no penetration across the line of scrimmage, even hoping to contain, and so they pick up another big first down.
10-19 left here in the third quarter of play. Nashville leading Hope 14-6 at the Bobcat 40. Stavely the center for the Scrappers. Young, number 11, the senior quarterback. Hands off to McFadden, met there by Jeff High. Keeps running, but a host of Bobcats help him. Steve Edwards and Chad Lacey finish him off.
Good play there by the junior defensive tackle, Jeff High. Just penetrated, and that's the kind of plays the defense will have to make. Now, we need to do a much better job of containing outside, but Jeff High did his job there for the 1-yard loss.
Well, to stop the Scrappers, you're going to have to stop that passing game. It's 2nd down and 11 at the Bobcat 41. Reed and Scott come to the near side. Split backfield of Witherspoon and McFadden. Dropping back is Young. Overthrow Scott, and really that's one of the first bad throw for Blake Young tonight.
Boy, no question about it, and that is the first bad throw. That one wasn't close, but that's the first time we've seen that tonight, as you said. And so Bobcats with a big 3rd and 11 to hold this Nashville offense.
3rd down, 11, 9:21 left here in the 3rd quarter of play. Scott and Reed come to the right side. Trip set right, as so at the slot back also Witherspoon. The lone setback's the sophomore McFadden. Dropping back. Young looking to the right, looking downfield, has Reed at the 20. Lonely out there. He misses a man, gets another man down to the 8-yard line, and Reed is just wide open.
Well, let me tell you, because I watched it, because I've been wondering exactly what was happening. They had 3 receivers out here. We had 2 men covering them. Both of the defensive players went to the short receiver, just absolutely let the man go by them. And apparently Nashville sees this weakness and is going to exploit it until the Bobcats change their defensive strategy.
1st and goal at the Bobcats 6. And Nashville again, Reed and Scott to the right side. Young has split backfield with Witherspoon and McFadden. Pitch to McFadden, and he's hit close to about the 3-yard line. Good play over there, looked like by Chad Lacey.
Yeah, Dietrich Pace might have forced that play a little quickly there, but Nashville down to about the 3.5-yard line with the ball 2nd down and goal.
8:34 clock running left in the 3rd quarter of play. Nashville on its initial possession of this 2nd half. Driving from the 16-yard line down to the Bobcat 3 now on 2nd and goal. Young sends 2 men wide right, split backfield, handoff to Witherspoon. He'll walk in from 3 yards out with 8:07 left in the 3rd quarter. Nashville extends its lead over the Hope Bobcats 20-6 on a Robert Witherspoon touchdown run.
Well, nothing difficult about that. The Scrappers just came out and threw to wide open receivers and ran around the right end untouched as the Bobcat defense came out the 2nd half apparently unaware that Nashville was going to move the football and move it with ease as they did.
So Stavely will get ready to attempt the point after. Reed will hold as the play clock has started, and again Scrappers taking some time getting that their kick ready. Reed will hold, Stavely to kick. Nashville leading 20-6, trying to add another point. Snap good, kick up, and it looks good, and it is. So with 8:07 left in the 3rd quarter of play, it's Nashville 21, Hope's 8:07 left in this 3rd quarter, and take a 21-6 lead, and Bobcats will get their hands on the ball for the first time this 2nd half.
Well, you know, the kicking team did a good job of pinning Nashville down there deep with bad field position, and really it looked like Nashville just did what they wanted to. Very little running on that attack, but the passing game will have to be solved, or Nashville's going to put a lot of points on the board.
Stavely will kick. It's a nice kick, driving Edwards back to the 20, or the 10. At the 15, Steve Edwards and he fumbles the ball. The Bobcats can't get it. They're picked up touchdown by Piggy. Picked up from the 6-yard line, and that was DeMarco Piggy, a junior, picking up from 6 yards out to score with 7:56 left in this 3rd quarter of play.
Well, this is a part of the ball game that Hope didn't do very well against Warren, and pretty much won the football game for Warren. They got behind by a couple of touchdowns, and their concentration just disintegrated, and that's what's happening right now. Nashville starting to make this game look like a rout as they go up on the Bobcats 27-6.
Marco Piggy picks up the touchdown from 6 yards out as he picked up the fumble. And again, Stavely will attempt the point after as Reed will hold with 7:56 left in the third quarter for the Scrappers. Snap good, kick up, and it looks like it's wide right, no good. So with 7:56 left in the third quarter, it's Nashville 27, Hope 6. We'll be back on KTS. Scrappers. Kick, a wobbly one, will be fielded by Holyfield, now picked up by Edwards, and Paul Ray Rain gets him, and he slips up at the 10-yard line, and the Bobcats just have got to get it back together here. They've kind of lost their composure here and need to get it together.
Well, in that situation there, Holyfield needs to move out of the way and let Edwards have the football, and there won't be that problem. And so another mistake by the Bobcats sets them in terrible field position with the football on the 9-yard line.
7:49 left in the third quarter. Bobcats at their own 9. Courtney Cole, number 19, the senior quarterback, sends Muldrew and Bright to the right side. Pitch to Edwards. Edwards off the right tackle and hit hard there, and he's driven back at about the 13-yard line.
Yeah, picked up about 4 on the play, and the Bobcats were successful with their running game in the first half. But, you know, as you look back, 21-6, you know, that's a mistake, that fumble down there, you know, a little mistake there on the kickoff return. The Bobcats still plenty of time, but they're going to have to start moving the football and get some points in a hurry.
Muldrew and Bright come to the near side now on second down and 7. Ball marked at the 13 of the Cats. Pitch to the right side is Edwards, and he's hit hard, but will get a first down across the 20 at the 21-yard line.
Good hard running by Steve Edwards there. Looks like he picked up the first down as the official signals that he did. And Hope moves the chains after running 2 plays, and we'll have the football on about just over the 20-yard line.
7 minutes left in the third quarter of play. Nashville leads by 3 touchdowns, 27-6. Muldrew goes to the right side. Bright comes to the near side. Sarles and Edwards are the running backs. Cole drops back, hits Bright at the 27-yard line. Gain of about 6.
Good catch there by D, and he went up. Pass was a little bit high by Courtney, but picked up about 6, almost 7 on the play.
Second down and 3 for the Cats. Ball marked at the 27 of the Bobcats. Again, the Bobcats having to move a long way each time. And Cole gets the play from the Bobcat staff and sends Corey Muldrew to the near side. Bright now to the far side. The Scrappers are aware of the Bobcat receivers. Cole pumps, now throws deep to Bright. Can he run under? And he does. And that'll be a 73-yard touchdown pass from Courtney Cole to D. Bright, and that pump fake by Cole got Bright open.
Well, I'll tell you what, you can't execute that play any better than Courtney Cole and DeRoderick Bright did there, and I give the coaching staff credit because the Nashville Scrappers are so Corey Muldrew conscious, and what a perfect pass by Courtney Cole, and D. Bright just ran under it, did the right thing by concentrating, catching it in full stride, and nobody going to catch him. So the thing we talked about, Hope needed to get on the scoreboard quickly. They did just that. So has to pump these Bobcats up.
With 5:53 left in the third quarter, Hope, a 73-yard scoring pass will go for 2. On the point after, pitch to Billy Roberts. Roberts trying to get in, and does. So the Bobcats get a 2-point conversion, and suddenly it's 27-14 Nashville with 5:53 left in the third quarter. We'll be back on. Is Paul Wayne Ray, number 41. Also Witherspoon, 24. Green, 31. And McFadden in the middle there, 22. Cats hope to get the momentum built after that touchdown scoring pass. Kick good by Lacey, down to Ray at the 13. Alex Flanor gets a hand on him, but Ray again is finally brought down there by Jacob Jones at the 33.
Well, you know, the Bobcats are going to win this football game, Randy, and they've shown that they can score. They're going to have to stop this Nashville passing attack, and they're going to have to find something, either create a turnover or put a better rush on the quarterback, because their receivers have been getting wide open, and the Bobcat defense will have to hold to get this offense another opportunity to put some points on the board.
Let's mark the ball at the Scrapper 34 as they start their possession here in the third quarter with 5:46 left. Trip set right. Go the Scrappers. Young dropping back, looking to the right side. Now the screen to McFadden. He gets a good block running toward the near sidelines, and he's pulled out of bounds by Jason Patton. Also hit there by Nick Edwards near midfield.
Well, there's another good play call by the Nashville coaches. A little bit of a Bobcat rush, but nobody out there, and it was a long time before the offensive lineman out in front of the receiver really picked up resistance. So another big first down for the Nashville Scrappers.
Yeah, the Scrappers have done a great job in that offensive line of keeping the Bobcats in check from penetrating Blake Young. Now it's trip set left on 1st and 10 at the Scrapper 49. Hand off quickly to McFadden, and he's brought down by Alex Flanor at the Bobcat 46, gain of 5.
Yeah, he busted through that line pretty quickly there and did pick up good yardage for about 6 yards on the play. So Nashville faced with a 2nd and 4.
At the Bobcat 46, 5:17 clock running left here in the third quarter. Nashville 27, Hope 14. Reed and Scott go to the left side. Split backfield of McFadden and Witherspoon. 2nd and 5. Hand off to Witherspoon, got running room, and finally brought down near first down by Nick Edwards at the Bobcat 40.
Good job of trap blocking there by the Scrappers, and just opened up a big hole there as the ball real close to the first down. I think the officials will take a measurement.
4:48 left on the official timeout in this third quarter of play, and Nashville's really controlled the ball well throughout the night here, and the Bobcats can't let that happen if they want to try to get back in this ball game, trailing by 2 touchdowns.
Well, their passing game, we talked about the balance of Nashville. They really haven't run the ball a great deal tonight, but the diversity in their passing game is what keeps the defense off stride, and it's done a great job tonight with these Bobcats. And as I mentioned earlier, the defense will need to come up with a turnover somewhere here, because another score is just about going to put this football game out of reach.
Reed goes to the right side for Nashville. Young has slot man, double slot left. Counter to met by Hyde. They missed him. Now Edwards, but he's got near the first down. Just good running by McFadden.
Well, Jeff Hyde did a good job of meeting the ball carrier. Just couldn't get his arms wrapped. But the thing that has to happen there, when Jeff Hyde does meet the ball carrier and slow him up, we've got to have other Bobcats around that football, and we just didn't. The pursuit was not very good on that play, so the defense will have to pick it up, or Nashville will be in and put this football game out of reach.
Again, official timeout as they're going to measure this one on 2nd down.
Now Nashville starting to pick up the running game a little bit. It's a little bit of misdirection, but you have responsibilities on both sides of the football, right and left. and you've got to honor those responsibilities because if you don't, you're going to end up giving up big plays and chunks of yardage.
Second and short for the Scrappers. The Bobcat 31, 3:54 left here in this third quarter of play. Young hands off to McFadden along the left side, breaks through. Gray Ramsey pulls him down from behind near the 15 of the Cats.
And again, you know, just broke that line of scrimmage and nobody there to pick him as he bounced to the outside. Gray Ramsey pulled him down from behind.
Looks like McFadden may be suffering from cramps here. And again, there's an official timeout with 3:42, and he gets up quickly.
Football placed down on about the 16, 17-yard line. Nashville gets a new set of downs.
Bobcat defense will have to tighten up here against the Scrapper, was a potent offense. Handoff on the counter to Witherspoon, trying to cut back, sees the hole, gets near the 10-yard line for Ramsey and Jones and Flannery and Armstrong get him there.
Well, you know, and Jason Patton did a fair job of really keeping containment and made him cut back up inside, but there was just no one there coming from the inside, so the pursuit of the Bobcats is what is getting them in trouble now.
Second down and 4 at the Bobcat 10 as Nashville's knocking on the door again here with 2:52 clock running left in the third quarter, leading the Cats 27-14. Young hands off to McFadden and finally knocked down after a gain of 3 over there by Jason Patton and Alex Flannery.
Yeah, puts the ball on about the 6-7 yard line, and Nashville will be faced with a third and about 1.
Nashville last week beat AAA Southwest member Ashdown 35-28. Scored 3 touchdowns in the last 6 minutes of that game to win it. They lead the Cats by 2 touchdowns here with 2:05 left in the third quarter. Third down and short. Ball's marked at the 7. Handoff to McFadden. He's tripped up in the backfield, but may have fallen forward for the first down.
Yep, I think he probably did. And so Nashville, we wait on the referee's signal. No, let's wait and see. Fourth down, says the official.
So the Bobcat defensive line pushed them back enough. Fourth down here.
So, you know, we have seen that just so many times tonight. I couldn't tell you. It's got to be 4 or 5, and fourth and short yardage in critical situations. So certainly a big play for this Bobcat defense here with 1:20 left in the third quarter.
Nashville finally gets the play. They'll get the play off. 6 seconds left on the play clock. Split backfield. Now there's a timeout that Scott will call as the ball snapped, but they called a timeout with 1:09 left here in the third quarter of play. And Bobcats trailing 27-14, but fourth and goal short for Nashville at the Bobcat 7.
Yeah, and you know, the Bobcat defense has been on the football field a long time tonight. You know, we made mention that the Bobcat offense had made Nashville's defense play a great deal the first half, but this half, it's just other than that.
Young pitches to McFadden. He'll make the first down and more inside the 5 near the goal line.
Ball came loose, but play had already been ruled down. So McFadden able to get the first down and much more. So the football placed on the 1 yard line.
And first and goal for the Scrappers with 1 minute left in the third quarter of play. Trying to get score there to get a 3 touchdown lead on the Cats here. Blake Young, a fine senior quarterback, and he's done an outstanding job coming in as a starter this year after following in Jared McBride's footsteps. First and goal at the 1 for the Scrappers. Handoff to the full tailback, and McFadden goes nowhere as the interior line of the Cats stop him maybe for a loss.
Yeah, I see Dietrich Pace in there. I don't know, I'm sure. Let's see, look, probably Jeff High and Mike Christian probably in on that, along with J.D. Sampson in there in his nose man position.
2nd and goal from the just outside the 1. Let's mark it the 2. As this quarter will end with the score, Nashville 27, Hope 14. And we'll be back on KTSS for the final quarter of play after the Scrappers. Pitch outside to McFadden, again stopped short of the goal line. Good pursuit by the Cats.
Great play by Jacob Jones. He just broke through the blocking, and Dietrich Pace over there along with looks like let me see the number, Nick Edwards, and so the Bobcats set the Scrappers back on about the 3-yard line, so 3rd and goal with the football on the 3.
Well, outstanding play by the Bobcat defense down on the goal line here all night.
Huge series for the Bobcat defense. They have to hold Nashville out of the end zone.
Now they'll split Reed and Scott out to the left. Witherspoon and McFadden. Dropping back is Young, and he's smothered. Fumble picked up by the Bobcats, and they blow it dead. I guess they call it a incomplete pass.
I don't know what they call it. No, they're calling it down right there, but I'm going to be watching for this as I watch the broadcast tonight.
Billy Roberts was going all the way.
Oh, no question about it, but you know, let's get our mind back to what we've got here. 4th down for Nashville, and with the ball, let's see, looks to be, you know, can you tell, Randy?
Yeah, it looks like it's marked at the...
So they're going to kick and try
to 12.
Try to put the Bobcat, or try to put the score up where the Bobcats will have to score more than twice. So big field goal here by Nashville, and the Bobcat defense has done a wonderful job of keeping Nashville from getting into the end zone.
Stavely, a 27-yard kicks deflected. Bobcats will have it, and that's a big play for the Cats.
Well, it's a huge play. If the Bobcats have any chance of winning this football game, they have to get the ball down the field and score. And so great job of that Bobcat defense. You know, they've had their troubles tonight, but so many times they've came in and stood tall when that Nashville team was just on the brink of scoring. Just done it a lot tonight. And so the Bobcat offense out to try their hand. 10-11 left in this football game.
And Muldrew and Bright go to the wide side, to the far side of the field. Edwards is the running back. Fullback is Sarles. Cole drops back, looks for, that's Muldrew, and they'll use his speed, or Bright rather. There's a flag at the line of scrimmage. There's a flag at the line of scrimmage.
But there's a fumble on the play.
Yep, fumble on the play. That will go back to Nashville.
And I'm sure the flag was either an offsides or motion penalty against the Bobcats, so obviously it will be picked up as a mistake cost the Bobcats once again.
Well, yeah, that's a big mistake that with 10:03 left in the game, you can't afford to make.
Well, it was a good play to call. You know, Corey just got downfield fighting for yardage. The ball was knocked loose, and so Nashville takes advantage of it and has the ball in excellent field position again with 10:03 remaining in the 4th quarter.
Reed and Scott wide left. Nashville's operated in great fashion when they've got a lot of room to operate. Throw down intercepted by Steve Edwards. Edwards down the near side of the field, cutting back, trying to cut back. His Reed just tries to hack the ball away from near midfield. Steve Edwards has the interception.
Well, you know, actually probably better, ended up in better position than anything they could have called. So, you know, really not a very smart call on the part of Nashville. You know, seemingly had things going their way, and threw the ball out there to Steve Edwards' coverage, and Steve did a fine job of covering his receiver, and Nashville trying to go for the jugular there, and it turned around and bit them. So Bobcat still in this football game, 9:48 remaining.
Yeah, on the turn of events, actually, Bobcats at the 47, their own 47, as Muldrew and Bright go wide left. Pitch to Holyfield, the sophomore, cuts back against the grain, got running room at the 40. At the 30, Pryor brings him down at the 34-yard line.
DeCosta Holyfield has wonderful speed, excellent speed there, and I don't know whether I see a flag,
That's a flag
on the ground.
down.
Maybe a face mask, hopefully.
Pryor.
Right.
Flag on the play, and the Bobcats will add to that gain.
So DeCosta Holyfield, Randy, did a good job of using his speed, and what I really liked about it, when he broke that initial line of scrimmage, he had both hands on that football, covering it up, made his moves and used his speed. So big play by the sophomore, excellent cut, and great speed. So the Bobcats in scoring position, and this football game isn't over.
At the 19 of the Scrappers, 9:38 left in this game. There you see Carpenter, 66. Devon Walker, 59. Gray Ramsey, 15. Muldrew split left. Rolling is Cole. He's being rushed. Throws across to Muldrew, and a good job of getting away from his defenders and getting rid of the ball.
Yeah, he did. He did a fine job of getting away from the rush, and really was on the run and just couldn't really pinpoint it in there, but didn't hurt the Bobcats be faced with a 2nd and 10.
And, you know, the good thing about that, he got rid of the ball in a way that it couldn't hurt him any if it didn't get completed to Corey Muldrew. Bright now and Muldrew to the left side. Ramsey's the tight end on the right side. Pitch to Holyfield again, and Holyfield busts through there to the 17. A gain of a couple brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, 3rd and about 8, so the Bobcats in danger of the down situation, 3rd and 8, so they'll have to come up with a play here.
9 minutes, clock running left in the game. Bobcats trail Nashville 27-14 here in Nashville. Holyfield's come in much like he did at Warren 2 weeks ago and rested Steve Edwards and with good, fresh legs late in the game, really helping the Cats. Muldrew and Bright go to the left side. Dropping back is Cole. He throws it. Caught by Muldrew. A great catch by the senior.
Whoa, what a wonderful play by Corey Muldrew. Just an outstanding catch. Went up as high as he could, stretched his hands out, tipped it, kept his control and his feet in bounds. The ball came softly back down. What a great catch by an all-state receiver.
1st and goal at the 8 of the Scrappers for the Cats. 8:29 now left in the ball game. Muldrew will go to the right side. Ramsey and Bright to the left side. Cole, the quarterback. Hands off to Holyfield. No, keeps it. Cole runs through the middle. Good job of getting down near the goal line for the senior quarterback, Courtney Cole.
Well, it's a great job of getting down there. Courtney just dodged. Really, the play was kind of messed up from the beginning, and Courtney did a great job of getting the football down inside the 5-yard line. In fact, on about the 3-yard line.
2nd down and goal for the Cats. At the 3 of the Scrappers, 7:58 clock running left in this game. Cats trying to narrow the Scrapper lead. Ramsey and Muldrew are both tight. Unbalanced line left, power eye right, or left. Handoff to Holyfield. Touchdown from 3 yards out with 7:35 left in the 4th quarter of play. DeCosta Holyfield scores for the Bobcats.
Boy, there was a great hole over on that left side opened up for the sophomore DeCosta Holyfield, and he did a good job. Just an outstanding series there for the sophomore Holyfield. And the Bobcats close this football game to a 27-20 game, and Colin Pilkington in to add the extra point. So as I continue with this has just been a tremendous game to watch. The Cats have never said die, Randy, and put themselves back in the football game.
Easterling will hold for the Cats. Jonathan Easterling. Snaps up, good hold, kicks up, and good by Colin Pilkington. So with 7:35 left in the ballgame, it's Nashville 27, Hope 21. We'll be back on. And Bobcats defense has got to hold them now as the Cat offense has put two touchdowns on the board here in the second half. Lacey's kick's a good one as Green, the sophomore, drops it, but picks it up, beats a man's got running room, hit hard there by Muldrew. Greg Muldrew for the Cats.
Yeah, it looked like he almost went down. He did drop it, and then the coverage just kind of overran him. That little hesitation there. So Nashville does bring it out over, well, we'll say sets the ball on the 40-yard line. So this is the football game for the Bobcat defense. They have to hold and get this offense one more chance to win this football game.
Blake Young, the fine senior quarterback for the Scrappers, done a great job. He had his last pass intercepted by Steve Edwards. He sends Reed and Scott to the right side, split backfield. Hands off to the tailback, Witherspoon, and he trips through the Bobcat line for a gain of about 3.
Good job by Alex Flannery and also Jeff High in there. Paul Wilson, the sophomore, in there playing at defensive end. So Scrappers were able to pick up about 3 yards on the play, bring up a 2nd and 7.
7:09 clock running left in the game. Bobcats trail by 6, 27-21. Green coming in for a limping Robert Witherspoon, who comes out for the Scrappers.
Well, the little counter play or semi-reverse, whatever you want to call it, has probably been their most effective running play tonight. If Nashville decides to keep the football on the ground, of course, with their offense, they'll put it up at any time.
Reed, Scott, and Green all trip set left. Paul Wilson in there for the Cats, gives it to McFadden, and he's drugged down by Flannery. Jones in there also for the Cats. 3rd down, and let's see, they'll mark it 3 yards to go for the Scrappers.
Well, this is a huge play, 3rd and about 4. Nashville can certainly either throw the football or run it, so the Bobcat defense will need to be aware of anything running or throwing. And just a huge play as this ball game winds down with 6:08 left.
Well, the Scrappers really milking that clock. Coming out now, Scott goes to the far side, Reed to the near side on 3rd and 4. Scrappers haven't punted all night. Dropping back is Reed, hits Scott for the 1st down in Bobcat territory at the 40.
There was just, and that's almost as good as a handoff for those guys. Just a little quick slant across the middle. The timing was excellent and real nice pattern. So with 5:50 left in the ball game, Nashville picks up another set of downs.
And at the Bobcat 41-yard line, 1st and 10. Reed and goes to the near side. Scott over by the Bobcat bench. Bobcat defense sets up. Bright, Lacey guarding the wideouts. Hand off to the tailback, and McFadden goes nowhere. 2nd down.
Jeff High has made a lot of plays tonight, Randy, from his defensive tackle position. That was a big one there. 5:24 left, no gain on the play. Brings up 2nd down for the Scrappers.
Still clock running, clock in favor of the Scrappers. Bobcats have got to keep them out of the end zone and get the ball back. They're taking their time coming out of the huddle. Scrappers a disciplined team under Coach Billy Laird. Reed to the near side, Scott far right. Split backfield, dropping back, and Paul Wilson gave a good rush, but Green gets it, breaks a runner, gets down to the 26-yard line. Green, the sophomore, for the 1st down.
Yeah, had an opportunity there and put good rush on him, but nobody out, didn't read the screen pass, and so again, Nashville picks up a 1st down on their screen.
Bobcat defense has got to hold them here. Coming in for the Cats is Jason Patton. Patton in the game for Paul Wilson, the sophomore. No, Pace is coming now, the senior, number 5, Pace, out of the game with 4:39 left. Scrappers up to the line of scrimmage. Reed to the left, Scott to the right side. 1st and 10 at the Bobcat 26. Handoff to Green, slashes through And boy, just good running by the sophomore inside the 20 near the 16-yard line of the Cats.
Yeah, it just has come down, and we may stop them, but they've just picked up so much yardage tonight when it seemed that they had to, and they're driving the ball quite efficiently here with 4:11 left in the game.
Official timeout to take a measurement as the ball's marked to the 16. I don't think the Bobcats have taken a timeout here in the second half, Bub, and so they're trying to hold on to those till they have to, but they may be getting into that situation now.
Yeah, well, it's getting down to a field goal can actually, break your back here, and so they're a little bit short on the play, bring up, I guess they're going to have to get about a yard to convert for the first down, but yeah, they're certainly in field goal range here.
Ryan Walker, the senior defensive end, checking in for Paul Wilson on second down and short at the 16. Clock is started up again, the play clock. And they start the scoreboard clock. Now 4:06, clock running. Scott and Reed go to the right side. We need a major mistake by the Scrappers here, a fumble, something. Handoff to McFadden, and he gets the first down and more inside the 15 down to about the 12-yard line.
Yep, clock certainly a factor now as the Bobcats 3:51 remaining, and Nashville moving the football down to about the 13, 14-yard line.
There again is the Bobcats. I think Steve Edwards has some cramps. Gray Ramsey coming in for him. Official timeout with the clock at 3:44 left in the game. Now Nashville will go back to the huddle, because they don't want any to waste. They want to waste all the time they can waste.
Oh yeah, and they're doing a good job of it. But like you said, Randy, we're going to have to just about depend on a major mistake by Nashville, and so the Bobcat defense lines up.
First and 10 for the Scrappers. Hand off on the counter to Green. Green can't get outside, and he's holding that ball where it could be fumbled. Second down, good defense by the Cats.
Right, and that was the counter that they've had a great deal of success with tonight. The Bobcats did a good job of reading and pursuing it as the clock ticks. 3:13 left in the ball game.
And the Scrappers again waiting until that play clock is set, which it's not. It's just now set. 3:04 left. Well, they can milk about another 20 seconds off, leading the Bobcats by 6. Second down and 11. Ball at the 14 of the Bobcats. Scott and Reed go to the left side. Dropping back is Young. The Bobcats rushing, dropping back. Dietrich Pace at the 33-yard line. 2:35 clock running, and now let's see if there's a timeout call. Still clock running. 2:29. Third and long for the Scrappers.
Well, Nashville was trying to set up the screen there, and probably Blake Young did the wise thing instead of putting it up. And Dietrich Pace did a great job of rushing the passer, and the clock continues to tick down with 2:12 remaining.
Bobcats trail by 6, and again, Scrappers will take their time, and finally the Bobcats call a timeout with 2:06 left in this fourth quarter of play. It's Nashville 27, Hope 21. We'll be back.
But big play coming up.
Third down and long for the Scrappers. They'll drop back again, looking deep. Lacey knocks it out almost. I tell you, that almost, Reed almost caught it.
He almost did, and we have seen enough of those this year to last a lifetime, but nice play by Chad Lacey of getting turned just at the right moment and distracting Reed. So the incomplete pass helps the Bobcats there. 2 minutes to go in the half as Nashville will decide what they're going to do, and they're going to go for it with their offense here. 2 minutes left to go in this football game.
Well, the good thing about the incompletion is stop the clock. We're having a little interference on the line, and I'm not sure we're getting through. Fourth down, trip set right. Throws no good. Bobcats have it. Bobcats have it with 1:55 left in the ball game. And will take over there in great shape at the Bobcat 31-yard line.
Well, it's a shot, Randy, and I think that we have a couple of timeouts. I know we have one. So the Bobcat offense trying to pull one out in the last 2 minutes of this football game.
Bobcats quickly up to the line of scrimmage. Cole sends Muldrew and Bright to the right side with 1:55 left in this game. Fake now reverse to Muldrew. Muldrew cuts across the field at the midfield. He's got speed. One man to beat. Paul Ray can't get him. He's at the 20, to 15, the 10. Touchdown! A touchdown from 69 yards. Corey Muldrew scores with 1:41 left in the football game.
What a great play. My goodness, Randy, have you ever seen such an exciting football game and such a gutty comeback by the Hope Bobcats? What a wonderful play. The reverse to Corey Muldrew. He ran through several tacklers and just outran the entire Nashville defense. Colin Pilkington in to put the Bobcats ahead. The big extra point for the junior quarterback, Colin Pilkington. The Nashville stands are stunned. The Bobcat stands are stunned. What a wonderful end, and it's not over yet, but what an exciting football game this has been. And Colin Pilkington will have the biggest extra point of his young kicking career as the Bobcats have tied the Nashville Scrappers with 1:41 remaining in the football game, and the Nashville fans are just completely
they're shocked.
They are stunned as they saw Corey Muldrew run the entire length of the field.
Let's see, there's a unsportsmanlike conduct on the Bobcats. I imagine that's for celebration after, and that's a big play. I tell you, you get some calls on the road that you don't expect, but, well, guys, this is high school football.
They're very strict about that. We saw that very thing come back and haunt Hot Springs last year, probably cost them the football game. Now, what we have here, and this is a point where, it really hurts not to have really the long-distance field goal kicker. As
well, it'd be dangerous from there because it would make it a 33-yard attempt, a 35-yard attempt, and so the Bobcats are forced to go for two with 1:41 left in this game. And remember, there is no sudden death in non-conference games in high school football.
And it's really difficult.
Only in conference.
It's really difficult to tell your kids not to celebrate in that situation. It's just really difficult.
Okay, Cole sets off Bobcat offense. Muldrew's to the left. He's dropping back. He's going to look for Muldrew all the way. Throws it deep. And there's a flag thrown. Defensive interference in the end zone, and the Bobcats will have another shot at it.
Let's wait and see. Yeah, I think that's what it's going to be, is pass interference on the Nashville Scrappers. On the road, we always have to wait and make sure that wasn't an offensive call. But the Bobcats are going to get another shot at it. And
now what do you do, Bud? You go for one?
We're going to have to wait and see. I think we're sending Colin out. I think we're going to try to win it with the extra point. We'll just see where the referees mark the ball.
Let's see where they mark it. With 1:41 left in this ball game, we're tied 27-27 on a 69-yard touchdown run by Corey Muldrew. The ball will be marked at the 9 now, so it would be about a 25-yard point after for Colin Pilkington. Now the Bobcats wisely call a timeout with 1:41 left in the ball game.
Right.
Score tied 27-27. And Muldrew go to the right side. Ramsey's on the left side. Look for him. Fake. Oh, and dropped on the ball. It can be picked up, but no advancement on the point after. So with 1:41 left in the ball game, the Bobcats will kick off to the Scrappers with the score tied 27-all.
Too much rush there. They were expecting the Bobcats to pass, obviously, and the Bobcats play action took a lot of time, and Nashville was in quickly on that, so that play never had a chance as the Bobcats tied this football game up with 1:41 remaining.
So the Bobcat defense will have to keep the aerial assault of Blake Young in check here.
Oh, yeah, there's plenty of time for Nashville, but the Bobcat defense, you know, you also have to look at that and have confidence that the Bobcat defense could maybe make something happen, pick off a pass, and turn it to their own good. So there are two things happen there. You know, the celebration, and I'm not going to blame anybody. I mean, my goodness, you and I were celebrating, and just a big play. And I think, you know, sometimes I think a referee just has to use a little discretion. I didn't even notice the celebration. I'm sure it was out there.
Well, it wasn't that noticeable. That's correct, brother. And in high school football, you got to give them a little leeway.
Right. And on the extra point attempt, we just have to be good enough to make field goals from the 9-yard line. And so that the kicking game came in and hurt us there.
Lacey will kick off. It gets a dribbler that will be picked up, and that's McFadden up the middle. Greg Muldrew and Pace and Nick Edwards stop him at the 46 of the Scrappers. With 1:37 left in this game, the Scrappers will try to drive down the field to put another score on and win this game.
And keep in mind that, of course, Nashville does have field goal capability, so their awesome passing attack as the Nashville fans get into this final drive of the night. Their awesome passing attack is certainly something the Bobcats are going to have to wall up and stop.
Double set wideouts on both sides. Handoff to McFadden, and he stopped there after a 3-yard gain. 1:30 clock running left in the game.
You know, and I would think that Nashville going to their hurry-up offense and just trying to see if they might could break a nice gainer with the running game.
And again, the double set wideouts on both sides, and dropping back is Young, throws, hits Pryor on the far side, knocked out of bounds at the Bobcat 34 with 1:07 left in the game.
Yeah, that play has hurt us all night. There we were trying to cover him with a linebacker and just didn't get good coverage on him, and so Nashville moves the ball down to about the 33-yard line.
1:07, clock stopped on out of bounds. And the Bobcat defense needs a big one here.
Well, the Bobcat, the defensive backs are going to have to make sure they don't go for the pump fake or Nashville will be in the end zone, so need to watch out for that.
Trip set left now. Reed, Scott, and Witherspoon. Handoff to McFadden. Ball on the ground. Bobcats have it at the 30. 1:01 left in the game.
Well, that's the thing, and you know, I'm awful surprised that Nashville actually went to the running attack as much as they did here in this last drive. So Bobcats, I don't know what the timeout situation is, one at the most, but 1:01 remaining, and the Bobcats are going to get one last shot at winning this football game. And my goodness, can you ever remember a football game more exciting than you and I have called?
This has been a great one. The Scrappers winning streak at 17 on the line. The Scrappers call a timeout as the Bobcat offense comes up to the line. Timeout, Scrappers, with 1:01 left in the game. We're tied 27-all. We'll be back on KTSS channel. Dropping back is Cole. Looking downfield, just overthrows Corey Muldrew. Good pass, though, not to be picked off. He was throwing to his target, the 6'3 Muldrew.
Yeah, Corey was just running a deep post pattern there, and Courtney threw the ball pretty well, just too high. 56 seconds left in the football game.
It's been a great game, and one that everybody anticipated. Nashville's 17-game winning streak is definitely in jeopardy at this point. Second down and 10 at the 31 of the Cats. Again, Muldrew and Bright to the right side. Remember Ramsey, that tight end, on the left side. Handoff to the tailback, Holyfield. One man to beat, and he tripped him up. A good job there. And that was number 5 for the Scrappers, Joe Chisholm.
And I will tell you what, that little scat back almost broke that play, and able to pick up about 9 yards. And we have a 3rd and 1, a short one for the Bobcats with 49 seconds.
Yeah, the Bobcats, a couple things to worry about, 3rd and 1. Well, they're going to have an official measurement here as the clock is stopped with 49 seconds.
Well, Courtney Cole needs to make sure his players know what play to run, and that it's going to be a little bit short. So the Bobcats face with a third and about a half yard for a first down.
Bobcats need to move that chain, but also have got to get 59 yards in 48 seconds. A lot of problems here for this offense for the Cats, but they can do it. Bright and Muldrew to the right side on third and short. To Bright in the flats. He's got the first down, and he doesn't get out of bounds as the clock keeps running at 45-yard line.
27 seconds left as apparently the Bobcats going to spike the football.
And the clock has not started. Now it does. 25. Bobcats up to the line of scrimmage. And it's spiked by Cole with 22 seconds left. Second down and 10 at the Bobcat 45.
Well, I don't think there's any secret about where the football is going to go, Randy. You're going to try to get it deep to Corey Muldrew. I think at best you've got 3 plays. Actually, at the end of the first half, that's what we had. 22 seconds remaining, but at best you're going to get three plays possibly, but probably all 3 of those are going to go to Corey Muldrew. That would be my guess, and probably the Nashville coaching staff's guess. So Coach Kell sending in the play with quarterback Courtney Cole, and everybody that paid money to get into this game
is still here.
Certainly got their money's worth, and they're still here, but the Bobcats have to use their last time out as they just weren't sure about what they wanted to do.
So with 22 seconds left, we're still tied 27 all. The Bobcats with the ball at their own 45-yard line, second down. And a lot of things that the Bobcats could use, of course, with Muldrew. They've shown that reverse a couple of times tonight. It's been successful. One on the 69-yard touchdown run that tied this score.
Yeah, they're just, you know, of course, everyone's going to be expecting Corey to get the football, but, you know, to coast to Holyfield, I don't know if the Bobcats are going to run it, but, you know, he's awful fast, and if he could get an open spot, you know, he could go. To Roderick Bright, you know, you better not leave him unchecked. We haven't used Gray Ramsey but one time tonight, and he's certainly going to be the forgotten man in that offense. But the Bobcats have 22 seconds left and 2 or 3 plays to try to get it into the end zone.
Critical for that offensive line to keep their blocks here and give Cole the time he needs to find an open receiver. Muldrew and Bright to this near side now. Play action, fake to Muldrew, throw to Ramsey, just misses him at the 30. Brings up third down, 16 seconds left.
Tell you what, it was a good play and a smart play, and Gray was open. It was a hard pass for Courtney to make, obviously, but and had to rush it a little bit. But an excellent play to call, just couldn't quite make connections on it. 16 seconds remaining in the football game and 2 plays left for the Bobcats.
Third down for the Cats. Cole has the play. He gives it to the rest of the Bobcats, and Muldrew comes to this near side, Bright to the far side. Holyfield is the running back, Sorrells the fullback. Dropping back is Cole. He pumps. He gets hit. He's got a man open. No, intercepted by Chisholm down the far side. The Bobcats trip him up there across midfield with 4 seconds left. Nashville, I have one more shot at it.
My goodness, I'm a Hope fan, and I wanted to win this football game, but it's been a wonderful game to watch. Just so exciting, and this is what you always hope to see when you watch a high school competition, and it's just been an exciting game. It looked as if the Bobcats were completely out of this football game tonight. Came back and tied it up. Actually had an opportunity to win the football game. Nashville's going to get one last play and a throw into the end zone. So the 42-yard pass play is what Nashville will be running on this particular play.
First down, but really it's one down here for the Scrappers. Reed and Scott to this side. Dropping back is Blake Young. Pace has him as he throws in, intercepted by Jacob Young. Jacob Jones. Jones needs to throw it to somebody.
What a great way for this football game to end by Jacob Jones making the interception. And as we see the Bobcats and the Scrappers dejected, their winning streak still intact. The Bobcats able to come in here and just never quit and never say die and give these Nashville Scrappers the first time they haven't won a football game in 17. So, just a great performance of heart and grittiness by this Bobcat football team, Randy. It looked as if mistakes were going to limit their effectiveness and really put them out of the football game, but they came fighting back. I'm just so proud of these young men tonight.
Final score, Hope 27, Nashville 27. We'll be back on KTSS to wrap it up after these messages. Possibly imagine if you just tried to draw it up as a fan and say, this is what I want to see in a football game. You saw it tonight. The Bobcats get behind 27-7 and come back, have a shot to win it, and tie it 27-all.
Well, I know that the Bobcats are disappointed because they really had an opportunity to win the football game, but the thing that is certainly heartening to me, and I'm sure the coaching staff, and certainly to the Bobcat fans, this is a bunch of kids that just never quit. Most people's daubers get down so far when something adverse like that happens, 27-6. They never quit. They made plays, and the defense just, they made a lot of yards on our defense tonight, no question about it, but they held these Scrappers out in this very end zone countless times tonight. The offense just did wonderful things when they had to. I think the Bobcats wish that they didn't have a mistake here or there. I totally disagree with the celebration call down here. You cannot tell 16, 17-year-old kids in probably one of the biggest moments of their lives that they can't jump up and down. And I think that's a rule that certainly needs to be looked at because it cost Hot Springs last year. And as a coach, I don't think you can say a whole lot about that. But terribly proud of these kids, Randy. On the defensive side with our outstanding players, Jeff Hyde just made a ton of plays tonight from his defensive tackle spot. We're not going to be able to, the dressing room's about a half mile away. Yeah. Kids are already gone, so Jeff Hyde certainly on defense deserved the player of the game. And on offense, again, it has to be Corey Muldrew. There were several offensive stars tonight. Yeah. Courtney Cole had a great game. D. Bright played well. Steve Edwards ran the ball extremely well. DeCosta Holyfield, the smallish sophomore tailback, showed excellent ability tonight. And of course, the offensive line has to get great credit. So, but Corey Muldrew, and Jeff High, our players of the game.
It is an outstanding way to end the game with the Bobcats needing to score 27-21. They run the reverse. Everybody knew somehow Muldrew was going to get the ball in his hand. He just ran over people, through people for a 69-yard touchdown run. Corey Muldrew, not only a great athlete, but as you mentioned, great heart. I mean, he wanted that so bad to get in the end zone.
Well, it's just a sign of good leadership along with great athletic ability. But I will tell you that the one thing that we need to work on a little bit is our kicking game. It would have been nice if Colin could have kicked that extra point down here. But actually tonight I thought our kicking game looked certainly improved to last week. And talking about those great plays, I wish we could put this post game on the pregame where you'd know what was coming as you watch this game, but it'll give you an opportunity to watch it again a second time. But just an outstanding high school football game here tonight, and there's one continuing as the youngsters run through our camera.
Yeah, they must not know the Scrappers got tied. They lost their 17-game win streak. It went down the tubes. The Bobcats tied them, and the Bobcats in this non-conference season, so to speak, 1-1-1, but a lot of things to look forward to in that conference.
A lot of plus things, Randy. I don't think we're going to face a better passing attack all year. In fact, I'm certain of that. I think that our defense did
a yeoman's job at times when they had to tonight, and they made some plays when they had to make some plays. Offensively, I think that, you know, if we continue to improve and balance it like we did tonight, I was terribly impressed with the balanced offense that we had tonight. I think we're going into the conference season on a good note, and I want to quickly get over here and tell these kids, you know, how proud I am of them, because they really gave me a thrill tonight to watch this team play football, and the Scrappers too. Credit goes to both teams.
Well, as we said last week after the Prescott game, if you haven't seen these guys play in person, you're really missing something. If you're a football fan, if you're watching this replay, you need to come out and watch these Bobcats. They're exciting.
Great.
They're doing something. They're playing hard every play. And we just urge you to come out next week for the conference opener against the Arkadelphia Badgers.
Just one last thing. This is a bunch of kids with tremendous heart. Don't you miss a chance to see them, because they proved that medal tonight, and I promise you that they're going to make you proud. So the whole Bobcats with a 27-27 tie against a very fine Nashville football team.
And as an old coach used to tell us, Bub, I'm going to be with you if you win or tie. And that's what happened tonight for the Bobcats. They tied, really had chances to win, but came back and pulled really a tie out of a loss, and did an outstanding job. Next week we'll have the Arkadelphia replay for you as the Bobcats open conference play. All of that action right here on KTSS Channel 55 in Hope.